What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 5th episode of the NAU podcast.
Let's go.
My name is Jayden, and I'm here with...
Your boy Money Cuz, let's go. Today we're joined by an extremely special guest today. I know I've said that the past couple times with these guests, but today's a extra little special one. We're joined by somebody who I really value his story. He has an absolutely insanely, incredibly amazing story. If that even makes sense. There's a lot of illies in that. But please give you a warm round of applause to Mr. Simon Doyle here, national Babylist educator here in Australia and New Zealand. Let's go.
That was the nicest intro I've ever had.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
bro. I wasn't too sure how I was gonna intro it, bro. But nah, bro. Straight away, we just want to say thank you so much for taking the time while you're here in Brizzy doing the OP Perspective Tour to come and have a yarn with us, man. We really appreciate
coming
it.
up from Melbourne.
absolutely, bro. I'm grateful for you to ask me on. So
Yeah, let's go,
appreciate it.
bro. Keen to rip into it, bro. I spoke to you a little bit before we started that. One thing that sort of stuck out to me about you was after I read that article in Barbershop magazine, bro, about you and just like sort of your story and your background. And straight up, bro, it made me have a whole new level of respect for you, bro, and the hardships you go through. Because I feel as though as barbers, a lot of us are we've struggled in our lives, bro. Some of us are dropouts. Some of us have struggled with stuff like addiction. Some of us have struggled with so many things. And for you to be just so open and honest about that, bro, it took my level of respect for you from A to fucking all the way. If there was a number before A, bro, or a letter before A, sorry, bro, straight up, man. I just have so much respect for you, bro. But
it's interesting that you say that, because like for me, when I'm like producing an article, especially in like a magazine, I'm like, fuck, no one's gonna read this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna read this shit. But I think I've been surprised at how much feedback I've gotten.
Yeah.
And I find that like there's such layers to people in general.
Yeah.
We go about our life and we see people walking on the street. We don't really think of like the story behind that person and what that person has potentially went through in their life,
bro,
or like the success they have or the downfalls they've had in their life. And I feel like I want to be able to share that stuff. I want to be able to break down that boundary and like show people that like we can share our story. We can be vulnerable. Like we all have a struggle. Everyone, like us and the podcast listeners, like usually a lot of people will have something in their life that they've struggled with or currently are struggling with. So I feel like speaking out about that, being able to talk about that on a public platform like a podcast or a magazine is huge.
Yeah, and I think that respect level comes from the relatability, bro, that I felt obviously after sort of reading that, bro. But before we sort of really deep dive into that, I just want, for everybody who may not know who you are, bro. Who are you, bro? Where you come from? Obviously, you got a bit of a freaky accent on you, so
freaky. My accent's definitely died down a lot.
But who are you, bro? What are you doing currently in the education scene, and where are you working at the moment, man?
Yeah, okay. So I mean, my name is Simon. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. I'm originally from there, and I grew up there my whole life. I moved to Australia, like to skip past a lot of kind of my experience in Ireland. I moved to Australia like 2.5 years ago with nothing but a plan to stay here for 6 months. And, I was one weekend, I knew I was going to set my life up here. I just met some people, I had some conversations, and I just knew that this was the place that I had the potential to grow. So I think for me, I was always searching for somewhere or something that I could really dial in on and lock in on. And like when that first week in Australia, I knew that this was the place. I moved here 2.5 years ago. Since then, it's been an absolute roller coaster, like it's been absolutely hectic. Like I've had some crazy opportunities, some really, really important pivotal people have come into my life and some really pivotal, important people have left my life here as well, I feel like it's been an absolutely like unbelievable journey so far. And like, it's only like the start. Like it's really only the beginning for me.
And you were cutting before you moved to Australia, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. I've been cutting, man, I started cutting in school when I was in school. And I think I was like 15 years old, 16. I started working in like this little dingy local barber shop that at the time like seemed like the best place to be. And it was, like looking back, it was a really, really good start for me in the industry, because it wasn't super high quality hair cutting, but it was like I was learning about the trade, and I was learning about the hygiene and how a barbershop works, the bookkeeping, the product shelves, how everything has to be really clean. And that was like an awesome start for me.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I've been cutting for close to 9 years now. I think April next year will be 9 years.
Yeah, wow.
Right. And out of those 9, how long have you been educating for?
I've only began educating when I came to Australia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I first came to Australia, I had 2 mentors that I kind of initially came over to work with, which were Owen and Lee from 101 Education. And they essentially took me under their wing the minute I came to Australia and just helped me to take a step into that education space, because I had been cutting for 7 to 8 years before that. And I felt like I was ready to take that next leap, that next jump. And I think coming from overseas, especially somewhere like Europe, I am valued here in a very different light to Australian barbers. So I knew that coming over, and I feel like I had a strategy coming over where I came in with a full plan. I knew exactly what I wanted to do and where I wanted to bring it, but I just didn't know how to get there. And that's what Owen and Lee helped me with, essentially. So
because I was going to say that, bro, that I feel like you have just such a unique skill set, bro. And obviously where you're from, like you said, you're valued a little bit differently. And I feel as though that it's crazy, man. I know that for me, when I started out barbering and I was watching a lot of videos, I found myself that watching a lot of videos with Irish barbers. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Like, you know, you look at the men's bar boys and stuff like that.
You don't know what it is, lad.
Yeah, bro. And you start watching them and you're like, damn, man, like these guys, not only did they have a soothing as fuck voice, bro, but it was I was just like, the style that they were cutting was so different to me. Obviously, growing up here in Australia and culturally, you know, I had a lot of Islander influence, a lot of Polynesian influence for me, and that stems from, you know, a lot of Islanders and Polys watch American barbers very early on in the, I feel like in the industry here in Australia, and very early on in my career as well, bro. But for you coming over here and knowing that you can capitalize on that is like fucking crazy, bro. Like obviously with Owen and Lee being able to help you capitalize on that, and what you've built now, I think is just absolutely incredible, because you've built such a name for yourself here in Australia. And I feel as though that, you know, like you said, you're still saying it's this early stages, bro. And I'm so excited to obviously watch that journey that you're going to go on, man. And obviously at the moment, how are you able to balance that education with working in a shop? And is education like the main sort of, I guess, source of income for you over working in a shop, or is working in a shop like your main gig and education is just a side one, bro?
Such a good question, bro, because like I feel like balance is like a very misconstrued topic in the industry at the moment. And like for me, trying to have balance between, you know, education, organizing workshops, selling workshops, promoting workshops, all the stuff that goes into education while working full time and having a fully booked schedule in a luxury barbershop in Melbourne area studio, it's like I'm working 2 jobs, 2 careers at the same time. And I feel like to have balance in that, it's virtually impossible, right? So like there is some give and take with it. Like I've been able to drop my hours a little bit in certain thing in the shop and be able to give more time to my education. And I feel like for me to really have like a good level of balance in my life is at this moment in time completely impossible. And I'm totally fine with that. Like, bro, I'm 25, I'm young, I'm hungry. Like I want all the opportunities I can get right now. And that has been the mindset that's really like brought me forward in my career so much, you know? So I think balance, like for me, is really non-existent at the moment. I try to make sure that I'm scheduling in time with, let's say, my partner, my, you know, friends, and like my recovery and things like that. But I think at this point in time, it's like I'm constantly doing something. I'm constantly busy. And bro, that's what I came here to do. I didn't come here to have balance, to sit around, to be comfortable. I didn't come here to, you know, be in a safety net. I left that in Ireland, you know? So coming here was like, I'm dialing in. Like my career is like going to be like a massive, massive part of my life. And that's just kind of how I live my life now. So,
and that's crazy. Like even we'll do like a quick shout out to our boy Tape It Out. He always says that, you know, balance isn't real. Balance is, you know, it's not a legitimate thing, bro. And I think that you're somewhat of a perfect example of that, bro, because, you know, on the outside perspective, I feel like you got your shit sorted, bro. Like I feel like you got your shit cracked, and you saying that
from an outside perspective.
Bro. Like it's you saying that gives me so much more.
I'm glad it looks like that from the outside.
It gives me so much relief, bro, because I'm still so young in education, bro, and you do so much. Not that you do so much more than me, bro, but obviously you do so much more than me, man. And I really look up to you in that sense of the fact that you do look like you got it sorted, bro. And you do a lot of your bookings and stuff yourself, though. Hey, it's not like you have a massive team behind
Everything
you
is me.
doing it. Yeah,
Everything.
and that's what I mean, bro. Like,
Bro,
it's so crazy that you're able to fit that time management shit. Is just
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I know like it can look like that from the outside. And I think I've really put in a lot of the hard yards in regards to like figuring it all out on my own. And I've had a lot of help from mentors, like people that have coached me and helped me along on my journey, like Owen, Lee, Jordan, the owner of Area Studio, Fraser Forsey. Like there's so many people in my life that are able to help me to essentially like grow and kind of keep this routine and momentum and learn the stuff that I don't know, because I'm a beginner to this too. I'm learning as I go. It's I don't want to give out that misconception that like I know everything that I'm doing and that I'm like the best at what I'm doing, because I'm really not. Like but I feel like I really just dial in and just give myself to whatever I'm doing.
And I sorry, G, I was gonna even say, like, going back to that sort of literally a leap of faith, bro, from you jumping over, and that's been like the biggest theme I swear for this sort of first part of the podcast, bro, is that everyone we've spoken to so far, we've spoken to about leap of faith, bro, that putting yourself in an uncomfortable position to grow. And Josh OP says, you know, utilizing fear, bro, and capitalizing on that fear to help push growth. And bro, honest to God, G, like him saying that, and then us, you know, me hearing your story, like that little bit of your story here now, from leaving your home, coming over here, leaving that comfort and putting yourself out of your comfort zone, and bro, the growth that you've found. Like the funniest story I feel like we have is that, bro, 2 years ago, even 2 and a bit years ago, year and a half, Jayden and myself found ourselves in a little what would you say, expo down in Newcastle, bro. And we were down in Newcastle, and I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever laid eyes on you, bro. And I remember we seeing you there, bro, and like just the way, I don't know, bro, the way you held yourself, bro, who you were, bro. You had such an aura around you, bro. Like, and it wasn't ego or cockiness. I think it was just that confidence that you had. And I was like, fuck, I want to be that guy's friend. I was like, I want this guy to be in my circle, bro. Like, this guy looks like the absolute G, bro, straight up.
And even just doing your thing, man, like, I think, bro, it was so intimidating.
Yeah, and like the shit that you were doing, bro, like the technicality that you were doing and utilizing in your cuts, bro. Like, bro, because back then I was just clipper guy, bro. I straight up did not know what the fuck I was doing.
I think I watched the first year of Josh OP, and I was just like, let's go into this contest.
Bro, but I feel like, and what I'm trying to get at is that since I've seen you, and going back to that balance stuff again, I guess, but I feel like you've just had it cracked, bro. And I feel
since the start, man.
And I just want to know how much of your personal life has shaped that, bro. Like that drive that you have and that passion that you have for our industry. How much has your personal life influenced you and who you are as, you know, Simon Doyle Hair? Because everybody knows you as Simon Doyle Hair, but nobody knew you before. You know,
that's
you are now.
And before we even go into like my personal story or journey or whatever you want to call it, like, bro, that's the funny thing. Like, I came to Australia where I already had 7 to 8 years experience. You know what I mean? Or whatever it was. And I feel like that's what people don't see. Like, unfortunately, like, I've come here and like I was already at a really good level in my career. And all I had to do was just come here and just smash Instagram and like let people know I'm here. Because I already had the quality essentially, right? Or some level of quality. So I feel like that's the funny thing. I feel like a lot of the Australian community have just seen me being planted in the middle of Melbourne and like on Instagram smashing it. All
bro,
these
like
shows.
essentially you kind of just came out of nowhere, bro, and then you just hit the ground running and you just fucking ran with it, bro.
Because obviously, like us, man, like we started here and we grew from here, but you grew somewhere else, planted yourself here, bro, and you just had it, cracked. So that,
for sure.
Awesome,
but that's what it looks like, right? It looks like it just happened overnight. That it was a thing that just, you know, I came out of nowhere. But bro, I'd been grinding for so long, and I was not getting wins for like 5-6 years, bro.
Well, I just realized to me now, man, like you know, you had all that experience. That's my whole experience that I've had now, bro. So everything that I know now,
100%, bro. But
I loved what you said about fear as well. I feel like fear, if I let that rule my life, bro, I would be in a little bubble, bro. Probably in Dublin, living with my mom. I would be probably like, you know, a couple of friends that are also living in a bubble of fear, and I would not be doing anything with my life, right? And I have nothing against anyone, and I feel like it really took a lot of self-awareness and like introspection for me to actually move away from that, right? And like use that to my advantage, like Josh says. Because now it's like a driver for me, right? Like now it's like I'm using it and I'm going against it. And when I feel fear about something, like let's say jump on a podcast, it's like I'm okay. Like reassure myself, reaffirm myself. Like cool. I can speak. You know, like this is all this is.
And I don't know if you get this as an educator too, bro. But I was saying, I can't remember who I was saying it to. I was saying to someone this past week that for me, before I get on stage, the one time I feel fear is that very moment before I get on there. And for some reason, I enter like some type of like fucking flow state, bro. Or like, and from the time that I walk on to the time that I walk off, I don't remember fuck all that I spoke about, bro. And I just want to know, obviously you do such different styles of education. You do those showcases, you do that intermediate stuff as well. And I know that this is fucking sidetracking from what we're going to get onto with your personal stories,
we can weave it, brother.
Yeah, but
let's weave.
I just want to know, bro, like, do you feel that as well? Like, do you feel like when you go into that flow state of it, like an educational flow state, that, bro, you don't even remember you don't remember the facts that you spat, but then you only realize it when after the class someone goes, bro, so when you said this, and you're just like,
absolutely, bro.
Fuck, did I talk about that?
Absolutely. And I think that's what, like, you know, is a massive part of everything that I do, like, is like the content creation, you know, editing and like uploading videos, using Instagram, cutting hair, you know, doing education, shows, working with brands, all this stuff. Like, I'm searching for that flow state. Like, that is exactly what I want. It's like, how I describe it is like a meditation that I'm doing, you know, and I'm just present. I'm there. It's just happening, and I can just see my hands working, but like my head and my mind is just somewhere else.
It's gone, bro. Straight up, like your body's there, but
time is just non-existent, and like hours can go past, and I don't even know. And that is like the most beautiful feeling that I've ever felt in my life.
So it's cool that you kind of indulge in that, man. So because I can tell that
you got to get high and you're on supply.
Straight up, G, like that. I feel like I relate to that so hard, bro. Because I just recently went over to Perth and I did a full day sort of workshop thing where I did a workshop and then I did a look and learn at night. And bro, I remember finishing and I sat down and I was just like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, I don't even remember what I did. And then I'm still having to have to answer questions from people. And bro, I'm so glad that it's not just me as an educator, bro. Because like you said, it's not like it's a negative feeling because you're just like, fuck, you chase that. And I feel like that's why, personally, when I get on stage, bro, and I educate or when I'm in a workshop, I act and treat it like it's going to be the last time I ever fucking do it, bro. And I feel like that makes my flow state that much better. Like it's like, bro, the fucking dopamine or whatever it is, G, that gets triggered just fucking lights me up, bro. It makes me feel so good, bro. But going back to what we were going on before, bro, what we're going to get into was, you know, how much has your trials and tribulations throughout your personal life affected and influenced your professional life, bro? And how have you been able to sort of not necessarily mesh the two together, but, you know, use your experiences to benefit who you are now today, bro?
Oh, well, I think, like, you know, my past experiences benefited me like tenfold in my life today, you know? Like, I feel like my past experiences have shaped me to the person that I am today, and I would not change any of them. Like, although I've went through a lot of struggles in my life. Like a lot of people, maybe some people know and some people don't. But like I'm sober. I've been in recovery for like 5 years now. So like, you know, I'm not sober because I choose not to drink. I'm sober because like I was previously a crazy like drug addict essentially. And that was a massive part of my life, bro. And that's something else that people don't see, you know, me just like being planted in Australia, like no one's seen my struggles, bro. Here, you know, like no one knows that side of me, and like I hope to keep it that way. But yeah, man, like anyone that's listening from Ireland, like they'll know, who I am, like they know that side of me, you know. And yeah, man, like I mean, look, growing up in Ireland, like addiction is just like a common theme there, to be honest, bro. Like alcoholism, like the typical, like that, you know, stereotype is true. Like, you know, like a lot of people in Ireland, young people, like most of my friends, like all of our parents were alcoholics, you know? And like, I'm talking like drinking during the day and night, like whenever. And I guess that's just like, monkey see, monkey do, right? So like you see that growing up, and then that's just like your coping mechanism for any emotions or turmoil that's gone on in your life. You just adapt that behavior like I did, and you just run with that, right? But for me, it wasn't like a thing where it was like, you know, I'd go on a, you know, one night of drinking. It was like, it just took over my life, bro. You know, I got to a point where, like, to skip past all of the kind of the whole story and cut it really short, like essentially I got to a place in my life where I think I was, maybe like 19. Yeah, I was 19, 20 years old. You know, I had been fired from jobs. Yeah. I had no motivation in my life, no drive, no money. Yeah. My family kicked me out of my house. Yeah. I was living like homeless and couch surfing. Wow. I had dirty clothes. You know, absolutely nothing. I was stripped. I was a shell of a human being. Like I had no morals. I would rob, steal, I'd beg, I'd fucking borrow just to get what I needed. Yeah. And like that was who I was, bro. Yeah. You know, when I was like 19. Yeah. And what happened was like I went on like a 3-day bender, you know, just like doing illegal narcotics for like 3 days nonstop, right? In a psychosis, hearing things, seeing things. And it essentially led me to, you know, a tracks, bro, like a platform of a train station with a train pulling in. And I'm watching this train and I'm like, fuck, like I may as well just jump in front of this train, right? Like my life is like meaningless. I'm absolutely unworthy. Yeah. I have no, you know, future prospects in my life at all. Like, why the fuck am I trying to live? What's the point in suffering like this, you know? Yeah. And I randomly get a phone call. And at this point, I hadn't spoke to any of my family in like 2 years, and it's my mom, right? So I was like, shit, something must be going on. She has not called me in 2 years. I answered the phone. I'm like, hey. She's like, are you okay?
Wow.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. And
holy shit.
I don't want to get all woo-woo in that, right? But like,
that's fuck, bro. Yeah, you're making me serious.
For me, that's like a moment in my life where I was like, there's something going on here. Like, there's something more going on behind the scenes that we can't see. I don't know whether it's energy or the universe or whatever you want to call it. And bro, that was the first moment in my life where I completely got honest. I, you know, surrendered essentially to like, and just got really honest and just said, I'm not okay. I need fucking help. I need someone to help me. I need to get out of this lifestyle. Like this is, man. And honestly, since then, it's been a really, really fucking tough journey. It's been a really tough journey.
It always is.
And it's so, bro, it's so crazy you telling that story because it almost reminds me of the story that you told me about yourself, bro, and your personal struggles, G. And I just, it's just insane, bro, how everyone goes through their own stuff, like you said, bro. And I feel like it doesn't become relatable until you talk about it, bro, until you open up. Because when you have a story, yes, it's a completely crazy different story, but you know, it's so similar to even what you had spoken about, bro, with your life, man.
100%. And I think that like, I didn't realize it, bro, but I always hear about, you know, mental health and stuff. It's always good to talk about it. When I talk about it, bro, sometimes it like makes it worse, so I don't talk about it. Yeah. But I don't know if like, because I see you talking about it now and you're so open with it. And bro, I think that's so cool.
That's fucking amazing, bro, straight up.
Because I know like, same with me, bro, like I had a time like that as well. And I think because I've talked about it. I'm a musician. Yeah. I was listening to a song, man, and it was like, you know, I just wanted to, you know, I didn't want to be here, same sort of thing. And the last thing I did was sing. Yeah. And you know, after that went through, I was so scared and I had this like, you know, hold on me. And the thing that got me through it, bro, and I was sitting in the car with my missus, with my partner, and I told her. And then after that, man, because I couldn't listen to that song, man. I couldn't listen to that song that was playing.
And it's the craziest thing, that full circle moment where Jayden and I, we did an event together. I can't remember what we did, and we're driving back home, and I started playing the song, bro. Yeah, man. And this guy was like, started to like almost cry, bro. And I was like, "Gee, are you okay?" And then he's like, "Bro, the last time I listened to that song, I didn't want to be here, bro." And it fucking hit me, G. And I was like, holy shit, bro. Like it just made me feel so grateful, bro. And even hearing your story, G, like the fucking person, bro. And just and
honestly, like I'm sorry to could have cost you, but
you're right.
I feel like it's really difficult because I feel like right now it's a trending topic. It's like sobriety, wellness, mental health, right? Yeah. And I don't want to be that guy that jumps on a bandwagon and like uses that as my brand, right? No. And I've spoken to a lot of my mentors, and every single mentor is like, bro, this is where your power is. Yeah, this is like it's stuff that people don't, you know, live.
Because you're not trying to build anything from it, man. You're sharing it and making it known that you know what I mean. And same with that, bro. Like it helped me saying it, talking about it, and you're sitting here talking about it.
There's an awesome campaign right now going on. I'm not sure what the brand is called. I really should know, and I forget what it's called. But I seen like Lance and like a couple of other boys just calling like one of their boys and being like, "I love you, bro."
I can't remember what. That's a media group.
They have
absolutely sick. I love that. Crazy, it's awesome.
And it's that thing, that power of a phone call, bro. Like, and like you said, spiritually, whatever it may be, sometimes shit happens at the right time, bro.
And bro, you just saying that now, because this came to my brain, bro. Like you obviously said that, you know, when you were in that dark place, man, like you had your mum call. Like us talking about it now is funny, because the other night, man, like I made sure I you know, I don't want to act like, you know, but I made sure I rang up like people I haven't talked to in a while, you know, some of the boys, you know, I rang up Miggy and I was like, bro, I need to try and open a shop, like, you know, how's that? So I took that same thing. So it's funny we're actually talking about this now, and I think it relates back to, you know, there's something there, bro. Like your mum called you, man. This, you know, I was calling I was, you know, making sure I was calling the bros, and we're talking about it now. Like there's something, you know?
I think we all in life, we have a stage where we experience someone like a lifesaver, bro. Like someone who saves our lives, bro. And like I know I experienced that through some of the struggles and triumphs that I went through when I hit my dark zone, G. And I remember I didn't realize who I had around me until I fucking opened my mind up and realized there's actually people around me like that genuinely want to help me, genuinely fucking care about me, and genuinely want to take the time of day to fucking sit there and listen to what I have to say. And I think when I came out of that mindset, I stopped being angry. I stopped being, you know, fucking just a shit kind of a person. And I actually started to flip my mindset to just turning everything into not necessarily a negative, but a positive to drive me forward, bro. And it's like coming back even to that fear, bro. That fear that we have to talk and open up to somebody. But then when we fucking do it, bro, the leverage that we can have from that and the boost of, you know, who we can be and become, it's just insane, bro. And your story is like, going back to what you're saying, you don't want to be quote unquote like poster boy style.
Absolutely. And look, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to use it like as leverage. I don't want to use it as like I'm that sober barber dude, right? Like that's not for me, and that's why I don't share about it
100%,
too much on my Instagram. Like it's for people that are interested, but I've no interest in making myself and branding myself that way.
And I think that, especially with obviously this episode, that really encompasses who we are as an NAU, bro, because I know we've spoken to you about it, you know, obviously off camera and stuff like that, G, that, bro, it's one thing, like you said, for someone to fucking read your story, but then they can take it however the fuck they want to take it, bro. But when they sit here and hear your story, because there might be some people that sit there and go, oh, yo, this guy's just trying to feed off that. But, bro, I don't know about you, G, but I genuinely have not felt that from you the whole fucking time I've known you, bro.
And I was just gonna say, man, like obviously before we jump off this topic, bro, that I'm proud, bro, to see that, man. Bro, like the way you've changed, man, from that, like it's crazy, bro. I just want you to know, man. Like
it's another form of gratitude, bro.
Bro,
like,
100%.
Fucking
like,
oath,
bro. Honestly, me hearing that, man, like I'm so proud of you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That's so cool.
And I know that your story is going to help fucking so many young barbers out there, bro, because the demographic right now is changing. You know, we're getting lads that are coming into the game that are like 10 years old, bro, 10, 11, 12, and they haven't even really experienced hard triumphs in their life, man. And I think that them being able to have the opportunity to listen to the podcast and hear you, bro, is going to help them.
Have a blueprint there to, you know, work for you.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's something that I try to like open up in the education space, you know, like when I'm teaching a workshop and when I'm hosting a workshop is like, it's not just about hair for me. Like I'm really trying to help someone see themselves a little bit more and see that like they can do what I'm doing. Like you can do what I'm doing. You can do what I'm doing. Anyone that's watching can do what, you know, they see anyone on Instagram doing. Like you look at all these huge, like essentially like famous barbers in quotations, like the Josh LaMonicas, the, you know, Josh OPs, the Sophie Steg, like the Stegals. And like, bro, like we all have that on offer. Like if we are just willing to put in the effort, the hard work and like really like dial in and like do what's needed, what's necessary to be in that position, you know? And that is something that I try to really share in the education space. And another thing as well in the education space for me and in my workshops is like, for me, it's a complete no judgment zone. And like, I'm really open and vulnerable about that. Like I let people know a little bit about me and my story. And it's essentially to help break down that barrier because as barbers, right? Like it's notoriously known that we all have these massive egos and masks. And like who you see on Instagram is generally they're different in person, right? Generally, or like how you view me, like when I'm on stage and that. You're saying you're intimidated, but now that we're talking on a podcast, it's completely different, right?
Yeah, straight up.
And it's because like I try to create that space where it's like a safe space. And it's non-judgment and it's free flowing zone. So.
And I think straight up one of the main sort of feelings and realization that I just come to now is I think the way I feel so relatable to you, bro, is that I come from at West, bro, west side of Brazil. It's not like it's like the fucking most perfect side of town, bro. It's very much
the fucking ends, lad. Let's go,
bro. It's definitely a bit of a different area, bro. But growing up in and around that area, G, you know, the only people that were barbers were fucking dropouts, bro, and people that just had fuck all to do with their life, bro. And you know, I remember when I first became a barber, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, yo, bro, you're a fucking barber. Everyone's like, oh, bro, there goes fucking Kalib's life. Well, he's not going to amount to anything in his life. And I think that I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, bro, like, I found something that I love and I have passion and I'm passionate about. And I wanted to bring that to a higher level. And I think that's where I sort of got my hunger from. But even what you're saying, bro, straight up, you're a fucking barber, bro. To me, you're a fucking barber, because in my area, and I went and sat on a fucking chair, everybody has a similar story to what you're saying, bro. And even then, I'm cutting people with a similar story, bro. And I realized as a 16-year-old barber who had no fucking influence, influence in their life, or had nobody, no experience, I had a power to change that person's life, bro. To be that fucking phone call. As a 16-year-old, bro, I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, as that immature mindset, bro, I was like, yeah, I don't want my client to walk away from this, bro. I don't want my client to walk away and be like this. And I think that for me as a 16-year-old, bro, I think that's where I found my maturity so much, bro, was that I realized the power of a fucking barber chair, bro. And straight up, G, you're a fucking barber, bro. Like, I feel like every barber has struggles in their life, bro. And that's what makes us so relatable. We're counselors, you know, we're people that can help the community, and we don't just help the community, we uplift it, we elevate it, bro. And you've done that not only at a small local level, bro, but now you're doing it at a national level, bro. And it's just so great to see. And even in saying that now, like going into Expo for Barbers, I remember that's the first time I've seen you since the Newcastle event, and you were doing your thing at the Dateline booth, bro. And I know that for you, I feel like coming into the educational space and even getting brand behind you, it must have been such a big deal for you, bro. And like it must have been such a moment of, fuck, man, like all my hard work is paying off. I just got to keep fucking going.
You know, when you're like young in the industry and you look at those barbers that are working with brands, doing education, like they're flying across the world, they're doing all these huge things, and you kind of say to yourself like, oh, I'd love to be like one of them one day. I think when I signed with Babyliss, like when I came, like, you know, over the last like 6 to 12 months, that was like a moment where I sat down and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Bro. Fuck,
you know? Like, bro, I'm literally living my dreams. I'm like, you know, working in a premium barbershop. I'm getting paid pretty well. You know, respected in the industry. I'm able to run my own workshops, brand myself, and like push myself like without anything else. And then to be able to sign to a brand, bro, it's literally everything I ever dreamt of growing up. It was like, it's everything I ever wanted growing up. And now I've got it. I'm like, what's the next thing?
Yeah, bro.
You know?
And I think that's the thing. It's like it's similar to what we're talking about with that flow state, bro. It's a drug, bro. It's addicting. You're like, oh, yo, sweet. Like I want more of this, but it's not like it's not a drug, bro. But it's a good, healthy high,
for
bro.
sure. And I feel like it's like I've been able to like really, I guess, direct that side of me right into my career,
into something positive,
channel it into my career, right? Some people would disagree with that. Some people would say it's unhealthy. Honestly, it's been super beneficial,
bro. And honestly, bro, straight up, I said it. I think on last night's podcast when I was comparing OP to Mr. Beast, bro, because I straight up feel like he's like the Mr. Beast of barbering, bro. I know it's gonna be such a weird fucking analogy, bro, but like he has put all of his time, his fucking effort into studying hair, and I see that in you as well, bro. On you know, different levels where you've put everything and all your experiences and what you've learned into hair, and hair's fucking saved you, bro. It's fucking
Absolutely.
building you up, and I fucking love that, G, because it makes you so much more of a fucking just G, bro. I remember when you when Jono got back from the fucking Babyliss tour, he walked up straight up to me and he went, G, Simon Doyle, the bro's a fucking G. And I was like,
he said that
he said it exact way he said it, like the exact way I just said it, bro. That's exactly what he said to us, G. And me and this guy are like, yo, fuck yeah, Simon Doyle's a fucking G. Because like, bro, it's just, you know, it's not too often that you get somebody that with such an amazing and incredible, unique story like yourself, man, who is somebody who can be looked at as, yeah, fuck yeah, there's a way out of everything, bro. And I'm talking from a cultural standpoint now too, bro, is that I see, and especially what you've seen within culture at back home, that it's a lot of our people get stuck in a systemic cycle, bro, where it's fucking get money, use that money on something that's addictive, and then you run out of money, and then you cycle back to the top again. And then it's just that systemic cycle. And I use that being an Indigenous Australian, bro. Like I know that a lot of my people are stuck in a bit of a systemic
just
cycle,
generational, bro.
Yeah, straight up generational cycle even too, bro. And you know, they only know what they know, bro. And I feel like there's that 10%. We spoke about it with Tomo too, bro. There's that like fucking those 1%ers, those 1% of us
100%.
that fucking
black sheep.
Yeah, the black sheep that drive our own paths, bro. And we're like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to be like this no more. And I want to set the tone and set the path for my life. And then you start to realize along the way that there's a whole fucking, you know, support group following you, bro. And there's people that you don't even know. Like you look at your Instagram following and how much it's blown up, bro. And you weren't necessarily focused on that because you were just doing your fucking thing, bro.
Facts.
And then all of a sudden these people started to jump on and support you, bro. And
and that's something as well that I want to touch on is like the Australian barber community, bro. Like it's crazy. Like the support and love that, like even just chatting to you now, I think people will be able to see like the love and support. Like I have these conversations all the time with people, obviously not on a mic, on a camera. But the love and support that I've felt from the Australian community, bro, the day I landed here was the day that like people just opened their arms and welcomed me in. Like it was never like, you know, standoffish with people here. And like that is something that's different to Europe, bro. In Europe, it's a little bit more competitive, a little bit more like, you know, barbershops don't speak to other barbershops and it's more difficult to grow there, right? But whereas here, like I find that people love you with open arms. If you want to join the community, it's like, come over, come in, like be part of it, you know?
And I absolutely love that you said that, bro, because obviously cycling back to NAU as a whole, bro, like that's what we want, bro. The fact that you said that and you're an international person coming in and saying that, like our whole goal, I think we started with NAU was Jayden and I sat down and we just wanted to be a representation of the barber culture here in Australia, bro. And not just Australia, but obviously, you know, we are AUS barbers, bro. This is how we are. You know, this is our community and we want to fucking uplift. We want to elevate. We want to make fucking noise, bro. You know, I told you on the mic the other day, bro, when we were having a little interview thing that, bro, NAU is going to be the #1 fucking barber podcast in Australia, bro. Straight up.
Yes,
and then,
bro. Let's go.
Like straight up, like I fucking see that for us, bro. And I see that vision, G. And I talk to this guy heaps of times, bro, about manifestation, G. And all we have to do is fucking reach out and get it, bro. And the fact that you're saying that makes me. It just reassures me that line and that vision that both Jayden and myself have for NAU is fucking safe, bro. Because we want that we want people to feel what you felt when you first came to Australia, bro.
Absolutely,
We want not just people, sorry G, we want people not just in our own community, but internationally to see that, bro, because it's not about us, G, straight up. It's never about us, bro, on a chair. It's always about the clients. It's always about the community. And NAU gives you that opportunity to share your voice, bro, to share your fucking story, to share what you have to say, because it's not a lot of the time that we as barbers get the opportunity to talk about how we feel, to talk about our hardships, to talk about what we go through. And like I said, back to what I said before, G, fuck, I'm so glad we got you on here, bro, because reading your story compared to fucking listening to it, bro, I straight up got chills, bro. I don't know if you did, bro, but straight up, bro.
Damn, that was a short version, bro.
Yeah, like hearing your fucking emotion, bro, makes the story tenfold, bro. Straight up.
100%.
Yeah, but what were we gonna say? Do you want to say something?
Oh well, no. I was just gonna say like, we're. I've kind of lost it, but it's, you know, I think we're you know, we're creating a hub, you know, for people to grow. And you know, it's like we touched on it with Phrase, man. Like it's not just people working by themselves. Like, you know, it's creating a hub for barbers and
or what OP would say. What does he say? An ecosystem, bro. We're creating an ecosystem.
And honestly, bro, like we need this, and I think it's an awesome direction for you to go in. I think someone needed to step up and do it. We've got like big media brands in Australia and around the world, right? But unfortunately, for little barbers like me and you, like on the grand scheme of things in the world stage,
100%.
It's really hard
it is, bro,
to get involved and to do things.
And we realized that before we started was we were just like, damn, like it's pretty hard for someone who comes from where we come from to get an opportunity to feel represented, bro.
100%.
To feel represented, to feel heard, and to feel like they're being respected by the industry that they're giving so much to. And that's where NAU blossomed from. That's where NAU started, because we want to give the opportunity back to the barber to feel heard, represented, respected, and with stories like yours, bro, straight up, it's yeah, bro, fuck, bro, you're you're straight, like what Jono said, bro, you're a fucking G, bro, straight up, bro. But obviously leading into now, what's sort of next for you, bro? What's coming up for you, and what are you looking forward to in the next year or so, man?
I guess like the massive thing for me, bro, is just continuing this progression, you know, like continuing this trajectory that I'm on and trying to like really just upscale it every time and try to do more. And that's essentially where I'm at. Like I feel like I'm doing a lot right now, and I'm pretty it's dangerous, right? Because you can get comfortable and content in that. Yeah. But I feel like for me, it's always important to like progress and push myself and put myself in circles that I potentially feel uncomfortable in or scared in, and that I'm the beginner in. And like even just this weekend, spending the weekend in Brisbane, being able to fly up here, you know, spend the, 5-6 days up with Josh OP and around Babyliss and Josh OP, and be, I guess, exposed to something that I've never been exposed to before. I feel like I want to do a lot of that next year. I feel like there's going to be a lot of collaboration next year. Things are going to change up. I feel like I really want to work on like a lot of the branding, the content, and how that looks to, my audience essentially, and just try to gain bigger reach in my career. I feel like I said, bro, I'm only at like the tipping point. It's like super, I feel like a beginner in this, to be honest. And I feel like there's so much more that I want to do. And I feel like I really love, the education side, the haircutting side. I love the media side. I love the content creation side. I love working with Mocha and Linda, Louise, and Jared in Mocha. And I love working with Fraser and Four Barbers and Babyliss Pro. And I love working at Area Studio and, working in the premium, probably one of the most premium barbershops in Australia. And it's, for me, I want to like expand that and like make that all bigger and better. And that's essentially where I want to go, like I've got heaps of personal goals, heaps of career goals, but essentially it's just to expand everything and to just refine everything that I'm doing and make it better for the individual that's receiving it.
And I think it's awesome, bro, because obviously like you before, how you said, you're running a shop, you're running education. Those aren't, it isn't just you have one thing and you've got a side hobby, bro. Those are two main things that people would only focus their time onto one. You know what I mean? You spending your time between two, bro. Like I think that's, bro. I think that's amazing,
bro. I've got like these plates spinning, bro, and like trying to keep them all spinning. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just I own a shop and then I've got this bloody social media business that I'm starting on the side. It's I'm an educator and I'm building my education. I own a barbershop.
I don't own the barbershop. I work.
You work. Sorry, I'll correct myself.
I wish I owned it.
I'm working in a barbershop, having a booking. That's what I was trying to get at. I'm getting booked out, and bro, you're you balancing those two, man, and growing those at the same time, bro. I feel like your trajectory is just.
For sure. And that's it. Like the rewards are coming, and it's like I can see that, I can feel that, and I can see like a lot bigger rewards to come later on in life if I just continue this progression. Like there's a lot of points along my journey over the last 2.5 years where I've wanted to quit. I've wanted to just be like, fuck this, let's just go home, let's just sack it, let's try relocate, let's go to Canada or somewhere else. And like those struggles, once I've kind of gotten through them, it's helped me to be even stronger and more powerful in the position that I'm in. So yeah, bro, like I feel like for me it's like just continuing on this trajectory.
And bro, one thing I want to know, all your family's back home, or have you got anyone that moved over with you?
Bro, essentially like I've got no one here. I met my partner.
Mum's back home.
I met my partner here. She's from New Zealand, and we've been together for a couple of years now, 2 years now. But I've got no family here. I came here on my own. I came here with not really knowing much people. I had a few FaceTime videos, and I came here with €2,000 in my bank account and like two 35 kg suitcases, and that was it. So
nice.
That's crazy.
But bro, Expo 2025. What are you looking
saying?
Forward to, bro? What are you saying?
For barbers, baby.
Let's go. Bro. Obviously, I know yourself and the whole Babyliss team are going to show up, bro. And I feel like, I feel like, I don't know if we can say, bro, but I feel like we got some pretty fucking astonishing. Bro. It's going to be massive, bro.
Bro, what's your take on 4B, bro? What does that mean to you? And have you got a reason why you're coming?
Yeah, I guess working like obviously, bro, like working with Four Barbers over the last like couple of months, and working with Fraser like pretty closely as well, and getting to know Fraser and getting to know the team. I think for, you know, what I've learned over the last couple of months is that, like, it's not about Fraser Forsey, like it's about the whole collective, the whole team. And that is something that I really love about it. You know, I think I've worked way too many jobs where it's always about the one person. And I feel like, something that Fraser does really well in 4Barbers is like, really open up to everyone and give everyone the opportunities. And I think that is what I love about 4Barbers. I love the union and the unity that I feel being a part of something bigger than myself, because I've learned in my journey that, bro, I can only run as like a little bit by myself. You know what I'm saying? I also need someone to take the baton or to give me the baton and keep running. And I feel like when you collaborate with people, when you work with other people and elevate each other, it's just more successful, right? So that is what I love about 4Barbers, bro. And it's I feel like 4Barbers, I've gotten in at a really good time. It's like
man,
it's quite small.
It's
in its infancy.
Tip on the iceberg,
but it's also gone through you know, some trials and tribulations, and it's gotten through you know, the small struggles, but it's still so early, man. It's still
bro. But honestly, bro, we just want to once again just say a massive thank you so much for jumping on NAU. We also want to give a massive shout out to the Barber Academy for once again allowing us to use their space for the first season of the NAU podcast, man. But
Gareth, you're a fucking legend, man.
Gareth, you're a fucking G, man. You're a fucking G.
Brother.
But bro, Simon, straight up, bro.
Before we finish up, thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you're doing for the industry and for people like me. Because people like me need this, bro. We need a platform to come on and talk. And I feel like you guys are opening up that door for people like me and other people that you're going to have on the podcast. And that's crucial, bro. That's crucial to the industry. Like, we need a platform. We need somewhere where we can come on and talk. That's not gate-kept from us, you know?
Straight up.
Well,
bro. So thank you.
Bro, straight back to you, man. You know, obviously you're helping us build this, man, and you know, it's obviously not about us, man. It's about us coming together and just building it. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Any shout outs, man?
Any shout outs, bro? Any shout outs? Where can people find you on Insta?
You can find me on Instagram at Simon Doyle Hair. That's it. You can check all my stuff out there. Workshops, education, everything.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
So much love and respect for you, man.
Let's go, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.